Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to Project F-Abarth or Project F-Abarth. Not going to do very much today, but this video will be more in it, but today we need to get these bumpers off and get them down to the paint shop. The new bumpers arrived, second-hand bumpers arrived from eBay, which is blue, light blue, so I need to get this off and get the white one on temporarily. The car is taxed, the car is insured and the car is MOT'd, so therefore I can park it out on the road whilst I get on with another car. So let's get on with it and get these bumpers off. Bonnet up. Oops. Did I put some screws in? Yes, I did. There we go, that's that off. Stick that down there. And stick this one on. So this is the one that I temporarily had on Project Rob and Viv, just to get it through the MOT. And it's now just going to go on here until such time as I've got the bumpers back from the paint shop. Big gap there. No, it's better. It wasn't in the bracket properly. Right, let's put those on. It hasn't got any lights in the front of it, but I'm not driving it around, it's just parking out on the road. Needs some petrol in it though. I'll have to get some in a can, I think. I had a thought about this as well, which I'll tell you about in a second. Let me just get rid of this. So, as you know, I bought a new radiator. Radiator's holding water. There's no holes in the radiator or anything, but I think when it was all pushed back, I think that the radiator must have been pushed back as well, because as I showed you in the last video, that's stiff because it's rubbing against the radiator. So my thoughts is that radiator must be very, very slightly bent as well. So I think I might have a go, rather than draining it down and replacing it, I'm going to release it from the bottom. I'm not going to do this now, but I'm going to release it from the bottom and see if I can bend that outwards, because I can't actually see where it's actually fouling it. But wherever it is, it's very, very slight. So I think if I just do that, then it'll probably negate the need for me to replace it, because it seems stupid replacing it. But if it's just, again, a bit like the condenser, and I know some of you berated me for the condenser, saying it's like 50 quid for a condenser, 50 quid to fill it up. It's actually less than that. It's maybe a little bit more than that to buy one, a new one, but filling it up, I'll get the AC filled up for 30 quid. But it's 85, 80, 90 quid when it doesn't need to be. It just seems pointless to me. If it was a much newer car, then I would do that, but you know, it's not, so I don't get it. I don't really see any point. I know some of you agree with me, some of you don't, but that's it, that's the way it is. So I'm not going to do that, it's pointless. But and again, if I can get away without changing that radiator, even better. So anyway, that's it. The back bumper has already been changed, as you saw last week. It's got a white back bumper on it as well. Looks like a right dog's dinner at the moment, doesn't it? Especially with that exhaust hanging out the back. So all I'm going to do is put it on the road for now, just for today, while I get Project Marilyn down and get that finished today. So that's it for this car for the time being. We'll hopefully be back tomorrow, because I want to get Marilyn finished today, and then if I can get that finished today, then they can go up for sale and we can get on with this tomorrow. As I say, I'm going to hopefully take the bumpers down to the paint shop today. I'll just show you the blue one that I've bought for the back. So there it is. The chrome is in reasonable condition, just needs a bit of a clean up. Yeah, there's no splits, no anything in it. I mean, that could be used on a car of this colour. It has got parking sensors holes, so what I'll probably do is I'll probably buy a set of dark blue sensors and put a set of aftermarkets in. As soon as the holes are there, I'll take those out and put a set of aftermarket ones in. You can't use these sensors on on an aftermarket kit. It's very dirty on the inside, so I'm going to give it a jet wash, give the body shop a bit of a head start. Yeah, so that's obviously I'll take that chrome out as well, because then they can do it properly, and I can get the chrome, put the chrome back in afterwards. So yeah, it's good. So both of those, and the wing that's sitting on the passenger seat. I was going to have a go at this wing, but I thought, I haven't had a go at it yet, but I thought, what the hell, they're painting those. That's a brand new wing, so there's less prep on it. Obviously they have to rub this down. With these, they just got to scotch them and obviously prime them and what have you, but I think it's I might as well just get it done. The only problem with it is whether they match. So I will have a go at that, and if they happen to match perfect, then that's all good. Otherwise I will have a go at that. But I think we could just have to keep our fingers crossed that they match. Yeah, if they don't, they don't, but we'll see. And we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So so that's it for now. I'm just going to give this a clean on the outside and give it a jet wash on the inside, get all the mud off that's on it. And then I'll send a text to the body shop and see if they can get it done for me. And then hopefully I'll see you tomorrow with some news on these and whether they've been to the body shop and how long they're likely to take. And then we can get on and start getting more stuff done to this. Obviously, as we just mentioned, we've got to sort out that radiator. I'm still in two minds. I know some of you have mentioned about these side skirts. Some of you have said leave them on, and I'm erring on that side as well. But then I had a message today for the previous video saying that they're going to fall below the bumper line with the new bumpers not being our Bath bumpers, and I sort of tend to agree, and I'm not really sure whether they look good or not. My only concern, well, two concerns really. My two concerns are that they're hiding dented sills. That's my biggest concern. My other concern is I can't get the Tiger seal off. Obviously there are various products that I can use. I'm going to have to scrape it, I'm going to have to heat it, I'm going to have to, I don't know, chemicals. That side is on perfect. The other side, as I showed you the other day, is hanging off a little bit at the front. But I suppose what I can do is have a look underneath and see if there's any deformation to the seals from underneath. If there's not, then I think we're just going to have to take a chance, because I would rather them come off. Much rather them come off. And as someone said, I can sell them. There's some monetary value in those. I could probably get 100 quid for those. I know they're in 599, they're not in podium blue, so someone who's got a podium blue car is going to have to paint them, but then again, they can be painted for any colour car. But so yeah, I'm in two minds about this. I'm not really sure. So at this point, I'm going to leave them. When we get further down the line with this car, we'll decide what we're going to do. But for now, until hopefully tomorrow, that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Well, as you can see, this is the one that's been out in the garden with a cigarette burn on it. This is the driver's side. Absolutely rotten where it's been in the garden. Been out there for weeks. So I'm going to give it a clean up with some. I've got to put the handle on as well. I'm going to give it a clean up with some elbow grease before I put it in. And then we'll swap that over. The other one's up in the loft, so I need to get up in the loft and get the other side out. So let's do that now. So I'm just taking the lights out again, take this back bumper off again. It's going to come off again tomorrow, but I'm going to just want to put this bar on. Da-da-da-da. There we go. It's a crappy bumper, that one. Right. Oh, okay. So, what else can we do down here? We've cleaned it all already. So it's just a matter of putting this on. So the bar I've got is a white one. Now, of course, it absolutely doesn't make any difference what colour it is, because you can't see it. Let's get the bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have done this tomorrow, but I just thought it's one less job I've got to do. I don't want to do too much today because the time's getting on now, and I've been working on Marilyn today. So I will put you on time lapse now, because there's not much point you watching me undo, or rather do up 6 bolts. So let's stick you on let's stick you on time lapse. Right, so I thought I might as well get the steering wheel done. So let's get this bottom cowling off. I'm going to put this crappy steering wheel on for now, and I have, as you know, I've bought a sew-on cover, which I am going to try. I've watched videos. And it looks relatively easy, albeit time consuming. Now, one of the, I think it was either someone on the channel or someone on Instagram, one of the followers on Instagram sent me a picture of where they did it. And it wasn't brilliant. But, oh, blimey. But then you never know, my sewing abilities might be better. It was all sort of gathered around this bit. It just didn't look very good around these bits, but I'm going to try it anyway. It cost me 30 quid, and it is a bit of a suck it and see type affair, but I thought I'd give it a go. Right, let's do these ones by feel, know roughly where they are. First time you ever do this, it's a bit of a nightmare getting to these screws. I sort of know where they are. You can get your finger up on it and then sort of feel around until you get on it. Sometimes you get straight on it like a car bonnet. Sometimes it takes you forever. And this is one of those times it takes forever. Keep missing it. Oh man. Remember these, when I first started doing these, oh here we go. It was a nightmare trying to get these screws undone and done up on this cowling. Absolute nightmare. Same goes on the other side. I have disconnected the battery. In case you were wondering. So I got that one straight away. Oh, don't lose them. They fall out on the floor. Now the 2 smaller screws without the built-in washer go in the top, and the screws with the built-in washer which is slightly bigger, goes in the bottom. In case you didn't know. Right, I need a crosshead screwdriver to get the airbag off. Let's go and grab one of those. Bear with. Now, the video that I've got up on the channel, which shows you how to take off a airbag, and other videos I've seen as well, it tells you to put the screwdriver in. I used to have a bent screwdriver, which was ideal, but I broke it, and lever. But I've since discovered, actually I'll show you on this one, hopefully you can see this, because this has obviously got the, these are the holes, 1, 2, 3. Rather than levering, you can actually, if you get it in the right place, he says, making me out to be a liar now, you can actually twist like I just did then, and it popped off. Let me show you from this side. So if you get it in the right place and twist, there you go, do you see that? Just pops off. And the last one, I'm not sure which way you have to turn it, I'm not sure if it matters actually. It should. It's making me out to be a liar on this last one now. It keeps falling off my knee. Now this one typically doesn't want to go. Oh, come on. There we go. Good, it's a double. So this, I don't know until I get this off, whether it's a double or a single, of course. Hopefully it's a double, because that one's a double. Right, let's see if we can do this. Just turning it. Thought that'd come off then. I think a slimmer screwdriver helps. This one's a little bit on the fat side. Right, let's try one of the other ones first. Put the key back in, because you need to turn the wheel to one side. Try again. There you go, that one's popped off. It seems to be the bottom one that's the tricky one. That came off straight. Oh, that one I had already popped off, the bottom one. I didn't think it had. Is it a double? Yes, it is a double. That's good. So we can sell these. So I don't need these. There's something else I can sell. Bearing in mind that driver's airbag and steering wheel I got for 30 quid for the pair. So even if I don't use, I'll get more than 30 quid for a lot more than 30 quid just for the airbag. Can't remember what steering airbags are going for, but black are obviously rarer, so worth more. Not so much in demand, but they are rarer. Right, 24mm socket. Wasn't actually that tight. Don't forget, this isn't the original steering wheel, so someone's taken this off and taken the original off and put this one on. That's the bolt off. Put the steering wheel roughly straight, like that, and pull. There you go. I can sell that as well. This clock spring doesn't look in fantastic condition. Can you hear that noise? I've got the noisiest neighbours known to man. They're a nightmare. Right, what is easier to do? Now I'm going to put the cowling back on first. It's much easier. Helps if you put it the right way. Ooh, right way around, of course. Am I putting it the right way around? No. Oh, let's get it right, Paul. Come on. That's it. There you go. You can actually see what you're doing. You can see the screws, and it also you can see the screws when you put the top one, the bottom one on as well. It's a lot easier without the steering wheel on. So assuming you don't have to take the steering wheel off again, it's much easier. So let's take the key out. Again, don't forget that the ignition is off. The battery's disconnected. Now we may get some errors come up, but those errors will only be intermittent ones, which would have gone, which will have, you know, which will just delete in MES. I'm not even going to bother plugging MES in until right at the end of this project, because there's no need, there's no errors to worry about. Plug these things in, push it all together. It does all, if you get it lined up, it all snaps together nicely. There you go. We'll do that in a minute. Right, let's so you can, as I say, you can see the screws down there now, or not see the screws, you can see where your screws will come through the hole. You can see them. And it doesn't help. It helps if you don't drop it on the floor. And it's just a lot easier when you're trying to do it all by feel. Oh, there you go, I can see it now. Screw it right up tight, like that. It's long hairs. Certainly not one of mine. Oh, it looks like, because that's not a hair, that's bright red. That's like copper. Don't know what that is then. Don't know anyone with copper hair. Right, let's push that through. Push it through. Come on. Ah. It's when it falls off the screwdriver that's a pain in the backside. Ah, hate these. Sometimes even when you can see what you're doing, it's a pain. That should be in. That's it, yep. Right, that is so much easier when you can do that. So much easier. So we're going to put this crappy steering wheel on for now. I'm still going to look on eBay and see if I can get a better steering wheel, just in case, but this will do for the time being. This is always handy to keep as a spare if I can get another one. But we'll see. So I might just leave the airbag on loose. That way I don't have to take all the cowlings off again if I do want to take this steering wheel off. There we go. Plug that in. Plug the steering airbag in. Orange to orange. Funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie. Where's the other bit? There it is. That's the horn, I think, that bit. Or the steering wheel controls, one or the other. Right, I actually haven't tested the horn on this, because I think one of the MOTs, I think it was this. Oh, actually it might have been another one. Right, I'm going to leave that like that. I'm not going to push that right on. Not for the, oh, you know what I've gone and done, look. And you didn't tell me, did you? I haven't even screwed the steering wheel on. Could have told me. I wonder if any of you were shouting at the shouting at the screen then. Luckily I saw it. I'm glad I hadn't just pushed that airbag home then. I would have been really annoyed if I'd have to take the whole lot off again just to do that bolt up. That would have been infuriating. Torqued up to really tight. Like I said. There you go. Right, I'm just going to leave that like that. I'm not driving this car or anything, so that's it. Okay. Isn't it awful? Look at the state of it. It's really, really rank. So I would say I would rather get a proper steering wheel. Say a proper steering wheel, a decent steering wheel. But you know what I could do? I could take the one off of Cooey, couldn't I? That is always an option. Not Cooey, sorry, off of Harold. That is always an option, I suppose. But especially, I mean, I'm going to do this stuff. If I can't still get one, they just haven't been available on eBay at all of a sudden. I don't know why. Normally they are, but if they're not, then I'm going to have a go at putting this cover on that I bought. After all, I've spent 30 quid on it. I might as well give it a go. But yeah, I'm not convinced it will be a good job. Anyway, we'll do it and we'll try. So that's that. That's the steering wheel. That's another job done. Right, so the first two wheels all rubbed down. I've rubbed down the white stuff more so, and there was quite a few digs in the wheels, and those digs have completely gone now by using these things. Really good. An 800 grit, just going over it and over and over it. Actually, no, it was a 600 grit. Going over and over and over it until they're gone. So it's really good. So they've all had a good rub down using by hand and using that drill. Gone over the tops with a drill, then gone over it by hand and done all the little grooves by hand. I'm just going to rinse it off with the hose, give it a wipe down, rinse it off again, and then leave it to dry in the sun. Then we'll panel wipe it, and then we'll get the cards round it, and then we'll get some primer on it. Good progress so far. It's a bit of a mundane job. I couldn't be a body shop person because preparation is the key, I know, and preparation is boring. It's not so bad when you watch other people on YouTube when you're doing it on time lapse, but yeah, it's not my favourite job, not anyone's favourite job, but it had to be done. Anyway, let's get on and give it a rinse. Right, all dry, rinsed down with the hose pipe, dried off. Saw a couple of bits that I'd missed which were still shiny, gone over those, hosed down again, dried off, dried in the sun. I've now panel wiped them all, and I'm just waiting for the panel wipe to dry off. But to make sure they are properly dry before I start any painting, I'm going to go down and take the bumpers for the car down to the paint shop, and they're all in the back of Loopy Harold, ready to take down. We'll do that when we come back. They'll all be nice and dry, ready to paint. I bought this a little while ago on Amazon, I think it was. Can gun. It's made it really easy, much easier. You just click it over the top of the thing, and obviously you pull the trigger and it pushes down on the top. Really good. Really good, because I don't know about you, but when I normally do spraying like this, it really makes your fingers ache. And I thought I'll give it a go, and it works really well. So that's the first couple of coats of primer, self-etch primer, or whatever it's called, high etch primer. Trouble with these wheels is you have to get in at angles to get all the bits, make sure they're all covered. So I'm going to give it one more coat, I think, and that will probably do it. But they're looking good so far. That's several coats of the black, which has got a sort of matte luster to it. This one's the better one. This one, unfortunately, what happened was, I've taken it off now, but this turned round a little bit, so the paint was spraying at the side. which meant it then dripped, and unfortunately it dripped onto the wheel just there. So once that's all dry, I'll have to give that a rub down, a very light rub down, and just a quick respray on that bit. But apart from that, it's there's a couple of little marks on it here which I hadn't spotted, but it's pretty good. So that's all the top coat done. So this one's better. It'll look better once the there are a couple of little, I thought I'd got all these marks. See, there's a couple there. I thought I'd got all those, but oh well, never mind. I'm not going to go over it again. So it's had probably 3 or 4 coats, light dusting to start with, and then a good extra 3 coats, going round and round and round, as you might have seen me on time lapse on this wheel. They are quite difficult wheels to paint. I'll tell you what though, don't half make it easier doing this. Can Gun 1 it's called. I think it is either eBay or Amazon I got it from, one or the other, but it really does make it a lot easier to spray. So yeah, I'm going to let that dry for 10 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. It's already been drying for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go over it. I know you shouldn't, in the past I've left them overnight before I've done the top coat, and I know people have told me that you shouldn't do that. You need to have it a slightly tacky surface to let it adhere to. So that's what I'm going to do. So today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday. A couple of days have passed since my last footage that you've just seen. Bit of an update. So Project Marilyn out there has sold yesterday within 24 hours of putting it up for sale. Sold, and will be being picked up on Saturday. Now it was a bit of a palaver. It was a bit embarrassing because someone came to look at it the night before, came with his mum, and he liked it, and he said, can I come back tomorrow with my dad? And I said, we can. Unfortunately, he was 45 minutes late, and there was someone else that was going to come after him, and because it got a bit late, she couldn't come because she couldn't get a childminder. So I'd arranged for her to come at 5:45 the following evening, which was yesterday. So I said to him, look, so I told him and said, look, someone's coming at 5:45 tomorrow, so you know, I just want to let you know. So I texted him later on and said, look, she's coming at 5:45. As soon as she's gone, I'll let you know whether it's still available or not. She said she wanted it, but she said, I'll let you know for definite in half an hour. She left. 10 minutes later, I get a text. He just turned up. The other bloke just turned up. He said, I'm outside now. And I said to him, look, I'll come out and see you, but sorry, it's just sold. So that was a bit embarrassing. He was a bit let down. But it turned around because he was with his dad, and his dad said, you got any more? And I said, well, I've got this one, which is work in progress. And I said, to be honest, being blue, it's sort of more of a bloke's colour, isn't it, than the white one? He said, well, that's what I said to him. So he sort of straight away agreed with me. So they had a good look around it. I explained what was going on with this one, and said it's the bumpers are in the paint shop. It's going to be at least a couple of weeks, I said, before it's ready. So he said, can you let me know? I also told him about the red one, the 67 plate. I said, but that's going to be around the £5,000 mark. He said, oh, can you let us know when that one's done as well? So I don't know if he might be interested in that as well, or instead of, or what. But yeah, so I probably sold this one, even though it's not even finished. This morning, 2 days after I took the bumpers to the paint shop, I got them back. I got a call at 8 o'clock this morning. They're done. I've held up the back bumper to the back, and it looks like a pretty good match to me. But they are looking amazing. Unfortunately, it cost more than I expected it to cost. Normally, I would pay £100 a bumper to have painted. So even if you said it was another, I don't know, 75 quid for the wing, say, 275, it came to 350. He said, I know it sounds a lot. He said, but the materials alone was £100. It's an expensive colour. So be it. You know, I was expecting around 250, something like that. It's cost me 350, but they look amazing. So don't forget, that was brand new. The wing was brand new, and that was a light blue one, second-hand one, original one. So I've got to put parking sensors in it, which haven't come yet. I'm hoping the aftermarket sensors are going to fit those holes. I've got a feeling those holes are a bit small. I have actually got some bits and pieces of aftermarket ones. I'll have to try them and make sure that they fit, but obviously we don't want them to be too small and fall through the other side. That would be a bit of a nightmare, but yeah, hopefully they'll be fine. So can't put them on today because I've got to leave for work in 45 minutes, which is a bit of a pain. It would have been nice to have actually got them on today, but yeah, I say I've held the back bumper up to the back of the car, and apart from of course the car is dirty and this is nice brand new fresh clean paintwork, it looks like a pretty good match to me. So fingers crossed. So come the weekend sometime, hopefully we can start getting all these bits back on and it'll start looking more like a finished car. The wheels are all done. I just remembered, look, I've got no blimmin' cover there. Was there not a cover on that one? No, because it was a new bumper, wasn't it? So there's no cover on it. That's what I meant to do. I meant to get a cover out. Oh, I've got some paint. I'll have to paint one myself. Oh, that's a nuisance. That's not going to match now if I rattle can it, but oh well, can't be helped. I meant to get like a white one out and put it on there, and I completely forgot all about it. Damn. Oh well, not to worry, one of those things. So yeah, so that's it for the time being, and we'll be back at the weekend sometime when we start to put this all back together again. So I'm just going to end this video here. It's about half hour long now, and I was running out of time to get it uploaded for Sunday, so I called it a day on this video. Two of the wheels are not quite as lacquered as the other two. I ran out of lacquer pretty much, so I've ordered some more which came yesterday, so I'm going to just give those two another lacquer tomorrow, and then we'll let that dry, and then we'll get the wheels on the car, and that'll come in the next video. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. There's not a massive amount in this video, but I wanted to get it uploaded for Sunday. Thanks for watching. If you are a casual viewer, please hit the subscribe button and like and share the video, and yeah, we'll see you midweek with the next video on this car. Just incidentally, Project Marilyn Wednesday, as you know, it was sold, got paid back end of last week, and they picked it up about an hour ago, and hopefully they'll be happy with it. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, don't stay at home, watch the football, and we'll see you next week. Take care, stay safe, see you soon.